I said, see it in your mind, trust that you have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it.
Oh my god. Daisy, come. We don't want to get up yet. Do you? You don't want to get up yet, do we? Goodness. Someone heard they was getting ovens. We've got this little monster who comes and opens the... I don't know how he knows how to open doors, I swear. He literally opens my door every morning. So, I figured I would try and film, like, a day. A day in my life video. You're so handsome. Are you guys ready to go to city this weekend? Are you ready to go to city? We're going tomorrow. You gotta go tonight. One more night, we gotta go tonight. And then when we wake up tomorrow, we'll go potty, have breakfast. Mom's gotta go to the barn. And then we gotta work. And then we go to city. One more day. 2 days, technically. You excited? Are you excited? Give me kisses. Okay, this is my bedroom right now. How would you get across to go to the bathroom and do your stuff? What do you do in the morning, Kelsey? I don't know. Like that. And all the pillows for my bed. It's very messy. I'm actually going to wash my face with this. It is from Glow Biotics. It's a glycolic resurfacing cleanser. And the reason why I'm using this is like, my face just feels bumpy. My contacts out. Skill. Now I'm going to do under eye moisturizer. When I use that, anything like that, and then I'm going to use the Oils of Life from the Body Shop. That's it. See, this is what I want to like fix. Old 30-year-old skin, which really isn't that bad, to be honest. Cat. Oh my god, my desk is a mess. Real life. Oh, these were all my dressage tests. I gotta actually film. I edited the video from the show. I just need to do the voiceover and edit part 2. Hopefully yesterday. My desk around down here, as you can see. I think it looks better. I'm one of those people that just needs like a significant change every once in a while, like a big change. That's why I move things around in my house nonstop. Clock in, and I have like so many things to do. And this was actually from the list I started Monday, which I'm still working on. So I'm going to try, and this is not going to make sense to anybody, but I'm putting it, oh crap. Kelsey, don't rub your eyes when you have that pain relief cream on your hands. That was great. Now my eye's burning. Okay. So I have to do all the receiving with the packing slips from the orders that came in. I have a couple invoices I have to submit. I have to send the invoices and IDs out to all of my labs. I have to update the box folder with all of the grant stuff. I have to organize Donna's POs because she's out of town. I took on 2 new labs last week, so I've got to get all their stuff organized and whatnot, and I have to do some crazy stuff for a change order for an invoice because it was over $10,000, so I have to do some kind of SSP form and do something like that. So I don't know if that makes sense to anybody unless they do my job, but it's all easy stuff. It's just tedious and it takes a long time to do. I signed up for the Amelia Newcomb academy or whatever, so I'm working on that. There's a Zoom call today at 5 that I don't know that I'll make the Zoom call today, but I could probably make the one on Sunday. But I printed out, so it's $49 a month, and I have this worksheet or whatever, and this month we are doing, there's like a little worksheet or whatnot. Why did my printer keeps printing out 2 things at a time? So I have like this worksheet that I have to fill out. Well, not that I have to fill out, but I really want to like be a better rider. And I don't have like a trainer at my barn that like trains dressage anymore. That would be me. So there's a lot of places that I need to improve and a lot of things that I need to do. So I wanted to take this academy class and have just something on a monthly basis that I can work on. And there's a lot of work that Zeke needs and a lot of work that I need to like improve. So I'll kind of show you when I go in and do that stuff in the class or whatever. I'll show you basically like what I'm doing, and there's a lot of videos in there. I was kind of scrolling back through previous month videos, and there's some exercises that I'm gonna work on a daily basis. Like, it's been hard mentally and physically to like work out every day, so I'm like, if I just do these exercises, these are like equestrian strengthening seat and leg exercises, so I'm like, if I can get these, maybe I can do those, maybe I can start helping my back out a little bit more. So I'm going to focus on doing those every single day, no matter what, every day. So I've got that, but like there's so many exercises that she gives in the saddle. Like, I'm not trying to be like, I haven't even like done one of the live Zoom things yet or anything, but I don't want to be like, oh my God, this good thing's so amazing. But so far it seems really, really good. So, because my plan is I'm going to have to start trailering out for lessons. So, or find somebody to see if they could come to us, which is really difficult to find somebody to come to me because we're way out there. So I'm gonna have to trailer out for lessons. So that's great. But yeah, so that's my plan today. And then I got to go out to the barn, and then I have to go to Walgreens, pick up some prescriptions again. So I've been responding to some comments. I got all my emails cleaned up. I kind of got like all the stuff in the emails like outstanding that needed to be done. I've had my hand sitting on my floor. I've been doing this. Yeah, literally I've been doing that. I've got, let's see, I've updated all of this stuff for Inbox, all this stuff for the grant stuff. What else did I do? I got everything organized to start doing receiving. I posted a TikTok. I posted an Instagram video, and I need to eat something because I haven't eaten yet, and it is 12 o'clock right now, so I haven't eaten anything. I've just been like slaving away down here. I finished the videos for like the monthly like workshop stuff for the Amelia Newcomb Academy, so I finished that. And so now I'm gonna go get some food upstairs. I'm gonna bring all my empty cups upstairs and like move, because I haven't moved since I filmed the last clip. You can tell because I've been sitting on my foot. Gotta bring all this upstairs.
93 is cold, but 93 is... What are you doing?
Taking a video.
This is the last you'll see of me. I'm about to be back in the office.
That's not true.
Being back in the office.
Huh?
So being back in the office. Listen, I understand that I'm a celebrity.
You're really not.
There's more Alex. Come on. We want to see the Alex content. He is just hilarious. Excuse me.
Nobody's been asking that. Literally, there's not been one comment.
A lot of you people have been asking, and here I am.
Nobody's been asking.
Everyone's been asking.
Who?
Everyone.
Who are these people asking?
Everyone wants to see my 11-year-old shirt. 12 years old.
Are you so handsome? Brussels sprouts.
Whoa! Stop it. I'm trying to be conservative. That's right, you'll still get that. I'm trying to be conservative here and not use the big bowl.
Well, that's true.
But these things are ginormous. The dude literally picked out the biggest ones he could find. What? I'm just investigating the sprout.
Oh. Okay. Paisley.
No one's been asking about Paisley.
Is that true?
No one cares about Paisley.
No one? That is not true, Paisley. Paisley. Paisley.
God, these were so many.
Huh? Come on, Paisley. You're such a pretty girl. You're such a pretty girl. You're such a beautiful girl.
94.
What'd you set it to?
Huh?
What'd you set it to?
I just put it on 104.
Oh.
Which is the highest.
For my birthday present, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't have seen this. But my husband got us a blow-up hot tub. Well, he said it was for my birthday, but I really think it was for him.
No, it wasn't. I would have not gotten it. Listen,
I
just wanted to go big.
We had a regular hot tub at our old house, and I loved it. This is really hard to do one-handed. Hey, power wash.
What are you talking about?
Ew, look at that door.
I can't really power wash the door.
Well, you can paint it and clean it up a little bit.
All right, listen. Listen here. This is all new exploring side of this part of the house.
Yeah, I don't ever come over here. How much hay is in there? Do you remember?
All of it. I would love for it to be gone so that I could actually put like my yard stuff back in there and then not in the garage.
Whenever you get the truck and we get the trailer,
I'm not consenting.
then I can pick it up and put it in the trailer and take it to the barn. Okay?
Or you just put it in your trailer now.
No. That would be, not, I can't use that anymore. So he's making Brussels sprouts. I'm drinking water and chlorophyll. Gotta jump on the TikTok train. Okay. I still have so much to do, and I usually leave the house around 2.
Yeah. With the last day being
Okay. So I'm done working. I'm gonna head out to the barn. So I gotta get dressed. And I'll just wear this shirt because it's fine. So I have to bring all of this to the barn. And I put it in my car. So I'm gonna do that now. It's been raining for days. Who wants to go first? Huh? Who wants to go first? Oh, 10, you look fat. Who wants to go first? Do you? You want to go first? Oh, you're so handsome. Oh, sorry it's been so long since I posted a video. It is June 10th. I mean, this video was taken like way back in May. I'm so far behind. Oh my goodness. But I've had to re-edit and re-upload and then take it down and then re-upload and this video like 18 times. So, because it keeps like uploading the video to YouTube with like spots that are blacked out. So I don't know. Hopefully this one will end up going better, but I can't remember what date this was that I filmed all of this, but it was right before my birthday, so right before the end of May. I think it was like the second or third week in May. So this ride I was working on with 10 and Renita, just trying to get some quicker, more sharp and clean rollback turns. So if for whatever reason in a jumper course or in a course we're doing a jump off, I want to be able to have some really nice and tight and tidy turns. I don't know what I was doing with my saddle back there, but and then with 10 we were obviously still playing around in the hackamore. So this ride I was really working on transitions, halts to trot, to canter, to halt, to trot, to canter. You see how he kind of was just a little bit lazy into it. And I was working a lot on from his canter to walk and canter to trot transitions, not throwing his weight down onto the forehand while he did it. So I was trying to get him just a little bit snappier with his transitions and a little bit more up and a little bit more forward with his walk to canter transition. So he's been doing really, really well. And he's starting to really kind of come up and push off with that hind end. And he's just doing super well. So at least when I took this video, obviously if you follow my Instagram, you know he got another case of uveitis. And I had to withdraw him from the USCA event. And I'm very upset about it. But anyway, just warming him up over these smaller jumps. I think they were maybe like 2-3 something, 2-3, maybe 2-6. So just getting him warmed up, getting our distances. He definitely likes to pull when he does his down transition, but he's doing better. This ride was kind of the pivotal ride, honestly, like with the hackamore, because he started to not respect it, and he started to just kind of power through me. So this ride actually really made it kind of clear that he has to respect the hackamore, otherwise he's going to go back in a bit. And he was like, I don't want to do that. I like the hackamore's fun. So down to the walk and the trot, just to pick up that canter. I try not to force the lead changes on him. He's not quite strong enough or quite balanced enough to get them clean every time, and not even just clean, but just he'll swap the front, but the back just won't come. So I'm really working on trying to engage that hind end, doing a little bit of a walk pirouette there. Those are so good for strengthening stifles. And really getting the horse to figure out where their back feet are. So now Stacy is the barn owner. She is raising the jumps for me. And we are going to work on just the turns. I mean, she had this fun little exercise set up in here that she was working on with her horse and the girl that rides with her. And so I kind of just follow suit with what they have and what they work on. She does more hunter stuff, which I think is always good to learn and to ride. And of course, 10 didn't pick his feet up and just knock the jump down. And he's just like, ugh, this is stupid. So going around, and I was trying to work a little bit more in the corners of being in my half seat, because my half seat, and that one we just had a really bad distance. My half seat is harder for me. It did not used to be, but the full seat is a lot more comfortable for me. But kind of being up in a half seat for cross country, like you can't ride a gallop in a full seat for the entire time. So I have been working really hard to try and build my stamina in that more butt out of the saddle, but trying to keep my upper body back. So I get a lot of comments sometimes saying don't lean forward, sit back, like whatever, when I'm in my half seat. And at the end of the day, my back does not allow me to get in my half seat with my upper body tall, because it puts so much pressure on my lower back and it hurts. So think twice before you try to comment on somebody's position, because you have no idea the pain that they're in their body. And that is what happens with me. So that's why I've been trying to work really hard with it and try to keep my upper body tall and not rounded, and keeping my shoulders back. There's a difference between keeping your shoulders rounded and your shoulders back. So my shoulders don't really round much anymore, which is good. I fixed that, but although it was a cute little lead change, what a good man. So trying to make a little bit of a snappier turn, and then up to this jump. He actually jumped really fantastic this day. I was very, very happy with him, and I love working in smaller arenas because it really makes you sit up and sit back. You don't have a whole bunch of time to, play around and figure it out. So then came up to that one, and then we did a nice little turn here, and then got a really nice distance up to this one. So I've really been enjoying practicing these smaller exercises in this indoor arena with my horses. So doing a real nice tighty turn here. Oh, what a good man. He's so good. So good. And then lead change. What a good boy. He's so proud of himself. Look at him. I don't know what level 10 will get, but we're going to go as long as he feels comfortable. With how many issues he's had, body issues from the track, it may hinder his ability to move up the levels, but whatever he wants to do is what we'll do. So far, he's just been having so much fun jumping and going in the hackamore and going out on cross country. And even if he just doesn't want to compete and he just wants to play around and have fun, that's what we'll do. But anyway, I think I got off topic of what I was trying to say. I don't remember. But these little exercises are really good. Doing these like tight little rollback turns, working on slicing jumps. Oh, what a good job. He's like, oh, this is so fun. I'm having so much fun. Gosh, he's so cute. But poor guy in his eye, he's got recurring uveitis. So that was kind of a detrimental hit. And then there's Renita. She's so cute. Look at her. She's like, hey, camera's on me. You can see. So if you watch some of my videos, like of her jumping, like especially down the lines, like outside, you see her look at the camera. Like you'll see the wide of her eyes. She'll look at the camera and then she'll look back and then she'll jump. She's so vain. She was fantastic this day, like absolutely fantastic. I ended up not jumping her very much at all. I ended on a really good note. She was, for her, she was very controlled going to the fences, and she was doing fantastic this day. You can see she's kind of thinking like, she's almost thinking stretch, which for her, getting her to stretch and just relax her top line and stay at a consistent pace is difficult for her. She is a very forward-thinking horse. She's very tight and tense. So the fact that she's wanting to stretch down is amazing. With her, I have to flex her a lot, like both directions. So you'll see me kind of flex her head to the right and then a little flex to the left, because she gets very tight in her neck and her shoulders. and she ends up getting stiff, and then she just gets strong and forward. So it's a lot of body manipulation with her. You know, and you're not flexing them back and forth, like you're not seesawing. It's literally just a pull to the right a little bit, or a bend of your wrist to the right to kind of bring their head around, and then the same thing to the left, and then you'll go straight for a couple steps and bring to the left. That kind of breaks up the tunnel vision sometimes with them, and it gets them to really think about where their feet are. And it also helps them, their rib cage, getting their rib cage loose and their rib cage open. But yeah, so she is obviously a strong horse, but trying to, especially on her, work in my half seat and try and keep my body up. That's what I'm really doing here, is just really trying to focus on getting back and not forward, because the amount of times that her ears poke me in the eye when she pops up is just insane. She has the best lead changes ever. Like, out of all of my horses, she would probably be the best dressage horse, but like she would probably murder herself if she had to be a dressage horse. She hates doing flat work, so I have to try and keep our flat work really, really interesting. That was completely and totally my fault. I got my shoulders forward ahead of it, but she was a good girl and she did it anyway, but I got her off balance, and that's why she did that. But the fact that she's going this calm to the fences, getting this deep to the fences and not refusing, I was like, you are awesome. So you can see how when she starts getting really stiff on one rein or the other, sometimes I'll stop and halt and just kind of flex her that direction, just to say, hey, you know, you have to give me your jaw, you have to bend around me, you have to relax. So a lot of my rides with her are do a couple fences, stop, work on something, do a couple fences, stop, work on something else, and go back to it. So it's just a lot of changing it up for her, because when she knows where she's going or she thinks she's got it figured out, she stops listening to me and just tries to power through things. So a lot of times I really have to work on changing things up so she has no idea what she's doing or where she's going, which sometimes is hard when you've only got like 3 fences, or you've got, you know, if you've got a horse like this and you say you only have 3 fences to do, you don't really have many options on changing things up. You don't necessarily have to change the fence or the courses up, but change up what you're doing. So jump a vertical and then turn to another fence and then stop and do a stretchy trot, and then go back, jump the fences the other direction, and then work on some canter to walk transitions. So anything you can do to break it up, to get their mind like, okay, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? That is when they're going to focus on you more, and they're going to stop trying to predict what's going to happen and make a plan themselves. Now, on an upper level eventer, on, you know, an upper level jump horse, you know, you kind of want them to have a little bit of a think for their self attitude, because when you're going to these massive fences, it's you need a horse that's like, I got this. So that's kind of a good thing, and I don't want to take that away from her too much, because I want her to continue to have that drive. And you know, she is, I get so many comments, like at least people who see her go in person, where they're like, I would not want to ride that horse. Like, she is, seeing it on video versus seeing it in person is incredibly different. And she also, whenever we halt, this is a thing that you'll start seeing in my videos, because I'm not going to cut it out, I'm just going to show. When we halt, she turns her head around to the side and wants me to pet her forehead, and it's the sweetest thing ever. And she'll sit there until I pet it long enough. So in the corner, sometimes it's hard to get her back, which is why I like working her in these arenas, although sometimes then she tries to dive into the corners. So that's a lot of what this fight is here in the corners, is the fact that she wants to drop that inside shoulder and dive and then try to find the next jump. But we've been working a lot on trying to go straight, and I've been mixing it up even with these turns too. And that one, she didn't pick up her feet. So she has a hard time rocking back onto her hocks instead of just powering forward to the fence and picking up her feet. So it ends up sometimes being a mess because she just goes. So I'm really been trying to work on bringing her back, making her wait, getting her deep into the fence, so she has to snap that front end up a little bit more. This was like the best jump I think we've ever done. It felt amazing, like so amazing. I mean, I think that was like maybe 1.30 meters or something like that. I didn't actually measure that one. This one is 4 foot. But I think that one might be 1.25 meters or 1.30 meters. And she just, like, I was so impressed. I was like, wow, you are a freaking awesome mare. And she was just so good. So good. And she thought she was going to that one, which I missed it, but that was probably my fault because I was probably looking at it. I have to be super careful where I point her. Sorry, my phone's going off. That one, I hoed her a little bit too much to it, kind of caught her off guard, and we ended up knocking that rail down. But either way, I want her, she gets kind of stressed out when she knocks rails sometimes too. So I just want her to know, like, hey, you know, that was my fault. You're okay. You know, I don't want you to feel upset and then have to refuse it the next time. So then we went on that one, and she jumped that beautifully, came around to this, and she saw how she kind of was like, I'm going, and I was like, no, like, you have to wait. Sometimes to these smaller fences, it's really, really difficult to get her to come back, and without having somebody there to, like, Debbie's, my trainer, like, stood in front of the fences at one point. I mean, we put blankets and coats on the fences to back her off a little bit and really get her on her hocks because she just pulls with that front end sometimes. But yeah, no, she did. I was really happy with how she did this day. She was so good. So I definitely forgot how much I love my CWD on her. I tried to find something better, but there's just nothing that compares to this CWD. Oh, it fits me great, fits her good. The saddle fitter's coming back out in July, and she's going to, just gonna walk her out a little bit. She's going to get them fitted, both 10, Renita, and Zeke for dressage saddles. Whether or not the custom saddlery one I have right now on Zeke will remain, I don't know. She kind of gave it to me as like a loaner, but I'm gonna end up getting 5 new saddles, so obviously I'll Renita, can you? We're walking. She's like, she's looking so good. She's gained so much muscle, and she's getting chunky. You were really good today, Mare. Oh, oh. Good girl. All right, you ready to go and walk outside and do your liniment bath? Untack ya, get your halter on. Oh, it's kind of hot in here without any airflow, so oh, where are the treats? No, you're such a good girl. I will get your cookies. Can I take your saddle off first? Now, what you've all been waiting for. This is Zeke in a jump saddle. And I never was planning on jumping this horse. Ever. Not ever was I planning on, like, jumping him. I thought maybe in the future we might be able to do some, like, small, you know, whatever. And obviously these are all super small. This was the first time I have ever taken this horse over fences, and he was pretty lazy this day. Excuse me. But this was the first time I've ever taken this horse over fences. The reason why I did it was because I was getting the vibe that he was just getting so irritated and bored with our work, and he was just not happy. Like, I just kept getting this vibe like we needed to switch it up and do something else, even though like we've been taking some of our flat rides out to the hills and the pastures and whatnot. We've been having a lot of issues with keeping his focus and him spooking, and he did just get treated for ulcers. And I kind of have been, and if you follow me on Instagram, I go on stories all the time to talk about stuff like this, but I just thought maybe changing it up would help his attitude. And I was not expecting this horse to react to jumps in the way that he did. Because I mean, he is literally scared of everything. This is the spookiest horse I have ever met, ever worked with. And I don't think it's because anything like really like bad, you know. I've done at this point, like I've done so many, like I spent $800 on blood work to try and do blood work. He's been scoped. I've treated him for ulcers. Like I've done everything, but he's that horse that's quite literally at the bottom of the totem pole. And confidence wise, I think he's just not very confident. So he is buddy sour, and he's just very, I don't want to say he's got a weak personality because that sounds like degrading and mean, but he just, if you know anything about like the horses at the bottom, they look to, you know, everyone else for confidence and guidance and whatnot. And I think that is just why he is the way he is. So the fact that when you see him over these fences, I was like, what in the heck? I have never felt this horse so bold. Like he was dragging me to the fences, and I was like, what is going on? Like, it was not what I was expecting at all. So anyway, you can see how, like, when we first start, how stiff he is, and that's just like him being 17. I mean, he's 17, he's 18 hands. He's big. It's hard, like it's hard for him to get his body in places and whatnot. So I think that's kind of uncomfortable for him too. So I do a lot of warming up, and he just a lot of times gets pretty stiff and just pretty lazy. So anyway, I can film a whole nother video on his warm up, but I walked him up to the fence and patted him, and I was like, okay, here you go. So when we came up to it this first time, he didn't think, like, I don't think he thought he was jumping until, and then he was like, oh, that was interesting. Like, you can see him going through his head, and he's like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So then I come around this way again, trotting the other direction. And then he's like, okay, we're doing this again. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do this. Then bring it back down to the trot. Oh, and since this video, he is no longer barefoot up front. We did do Polyflex shoes, and I will insert a picture. I'll show a video in another video of his feet, but it literally has made a massive difference. I'm glad we kept him barefoot how we did, because we got his feet to do where they wanted to go and move where they wanted to be. But we did the Polyflex with a wedge on both, and I am
very happy with them. He's moving like even better than he did when we first pulled his shoes. So we're gonna stay with the Polyflex on the front. What a good boy. He got pissed at me for that one because he was like, I'm not going on it. So anyway, he's a little uncoordinated, and he's just a little, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna run. I'm like, no, you're not. Please don't. His left lead is weaker, so when he's jumping, he charges a little bit more on the left than he does the right, and it's just a little bit less fluid. And he is a lot stronger in this arena than he is out in the outdoor, because I've jumped him out in the outdoor now. So if you don't follow my Instagram, you wouldn't have seen it, but I was just not expecting him to be the way he was over these fences, to be honest. And I was trying to figure him out. He was trying to figure this whole jumping thing out. I was trying to figure out, the distances with him, and he was trying to figure out the distances, and it was just interesting, and he seemed like he was having fun, and he was like, this is new. This is interesting. Let's see what happens. And he's like, all right, let's go. That fence was really nice. So going to the right, obviously with his stronger lead, he's a little bit stronger, or a little bit slower, and a little bit more calm going to the fences. The left lead, like you see right here where he tries to rush at it, that's just because that right hind is just weaker in general. And obviously that right front that he has had previous issues with, it's just that side of his body is a little bit weaker. So he's come so far, and the difference in him even just from this video to the video that I posted on Instagram recently of him jumping is totally different. So I basically tried to start, at least when I realized that he was kind of like charging with the left and whatnot, I tried to start doing more trotting in to the left and then just cantering to the right, or just trotting into the fences in general. Yeah, he's so cute when he jumps. Oh my gosh. He's got the cutest front end. Like, seriously, the cutest front end. I can't wait to edit the next video. I just wanted to get this one finished and this one up. But I have a really fun video for you guys. Oh, yeah. And he left me behind on that one. He was like, screw you and you're waiting. I'm going. So, but this is real. This is raw. This is literally taking a 17-year-old dressage horse that's 18 hands. That's, from what I can tell, never jumped before. And popping him over some fences for the first time. But the fact he didn't refuse anything, he didn't even look at anything. Like, he felt very Renita-esque. Like, very, I'm charging to the jumps. He is having a little bit of a hard time with that hind end on the flying changes. So that's something that strength-wise we're just working on. And I do have somebody that's coming out to ride him once or twice a week. That just started yesterday. Oh, and he caught that back foot with that fence, and he was like, oop, that stung. That one didn't feel good. So I brought him down to the walk and kind of let him walk it out a little bit. When they hit the fences sometimes, it, with their feet, like the poles, sometimes if they're not used to it, it stings. But yeah. So came back around. And he came up to this one. I was like, I want to go. I love it. I'm so happy. This is so much fun. But yeah, I mean, the left lead for him is always going to be his sticky side. So just trying. That's unfortunately the side that I have the harder time with too. So I don't help him out very well because of my back. So our weaker, what I need to be able to do to help his weak side is like also my weak side. So it's kind of tough. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. So now we're just kind of working a little bit on changes and just kind of mixing it up a little bit because I felt like he wasn't quite listening to me as much anymore, like while we were going. Sorry, guys. So I kind of stopped, went back to do a little bit of dressage work, which was really hard in my jump saddle, I will say. Got a clean change there. And you can see, so with dressage horses, with any horses or any like upper level haunters and stuff, you should be able to change the position of their neck. So you can see his neck is up a little bit more. I have him a little bit more compact. I have his canter packaged a little bit more. And you can see how he's trying to charge through me there to do the change, but you kind of just have to sit back, hold, just say, nope, you're not going to run through. And then I dropped my stirrups because I felt like my stirrups were so freaking short and I was trying to do all this dressage stuff and I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit the trot with my stirrups that short. So dropped my stirrups, tried to do some walk or trot to canter transitions because those are harder for him than the walk to canter, especially on the left side. So a lot of what you're seeing here is what I've been doing, mostly going to the left to try and strengthen up that outside hind leg and getting him really firing off with that hind leg. The chiropractor did come out Monday. He noticed a significant difference from when he came out a couple weeks ago. And he was like, his right glute was like twitching and fire. He's like, the nerves are firing up back there again. And by the end of it, he was standing completely square and you could not see, like he did not have like a lower right hip. So I'm really happy and I'm very hopeful that a lot of his issues was just not being his feet and the like him compensating for that right front and just... I think conformationally, he's not 100% correct anywhere, but the fact that he's starting to use that right hind is making me really happy. But then I just kind of end with a little bit of a stretchy trot and call it a day. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.
I wanna be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best damn lover you got.